This video was supposed to be just about Charlie Kirk and Turning Point USA, but this video took a turn, and I want to discuss the far right overall. This isn't like traditional conservatism, where they see where we are now as being generally good and the changes needed should be done slowly over time. Now that's a conservative. Someone on the far right wants to return to the past. They want to return to when they see their nation, when they see their country having been great in the past. We see this with Donald Trump and the whole Make America Great Again movement with him. We've seen this with Charlie Kirk, with Christian nationalism. This idea that there's this past that we have to return to that never really existed.
And we will make America great again.
And to communicate this to their followers, they have to use something known as dog whistles. Dog whistles are these things that can be said but have plausible deniability. So some right-wing ones could be 8-8. Now, 8-8 is just a number, unless you're a neo-Nazi. Similar goes with other symbols, like the Celtic cross. You see this circle, you might assume it's just a circle with some lines in it. Maybe you recognize, hey, that looks kinda Nordic, like this other symbol. And you know, Nordic things can be cool. Vikings are cool guys, and I get that, cool aesthetics. But also, if you're on the far right and you see this symbol, you know it's signifying other people on the far right, hey, this is who I am. It's an identifier. And there's many of these. This video isn't about dog whistles, but I want to introduce this because there is a reason that the far right has these mixed modes where they're sometimes very out in public and sometimes they hide things. The far right uses a lot of tactics, and one of them to spread their messages is to make people look bad. I don't know if you heard, but recently there was a transphobic speaker named Riley Gaines. She likes to tour the country, spreading a lot of, honestly, misinformation.
World Chess Federation bars transgender women from competing in women's chess events. What do you make of that?
I applaud the Chess Association. The argument about brain size and brain ability is that the women's category is meant for women, prioritizing what it means to be a woman.
And she recently came to my campus. She likes to talk a lot about how women need to be protected in sports because trans women are so spooky. She got this because she tied for 5th place with a trans woman. You know, was dominated by someone who tied for 5th place with her. Doesn't seem like much of a biological difference. Oh no, but it's not really a trans woman, it's a man. And despite the fact that studies show hormone replacement therapy does the thing it says and makes people pretty equivalent, where even the Navy says, hey, they're about the same? No, that's lies. That's bullshit. You gotta use facts and logic. Ignore these facts, by the way. Ignore them. Riley Gaines doesn't think these facts are facts because they hurt her feelings. So, either way, she was on my campus to stir shit up, and shit did get stirred.
Get the fuck out! Loser bitch! Loser bitch! Get him up now!
We're trans! No peace on stolen lands! Get up! Get down! SFSU a trans town! We're gay, man! You came to the gayest place on earth!
I and a few others hosted a protest outside. Girl got arrested. Now, why does this matter? Because this is one of many ways the right uses their tactics to spread hate and fear. This is a direct way. She goes, she sits down, she spreads her things, people get upset, someone goes in, does something because they are upset at her, and now suddenly right-wing media is saying biology denier does these things. Look at these biology deniers. Grr, fear, hatred. If you weren't there, all you are seeing is that these college kids are stupid and dumb and don't accept biology. Bullshit. Just flat out bullshit. I have a video on bullshit. You can click it somewhere. But it's bullshit. that people don't realize is bullshit. Because now they have these clippable moments, and they realize these clippable moments are useful. Now, what do I mean by clippable moments? That's just a term. That doesn't mean shit. Except for when people make it their entire personality on owning the libs. Their entire thing is, hey, look at this dumb person. Hey, look at this dumb person. See, I'm right because this person's dumb. They do doo-doo things. They stupid. You not stupid. You agree with me. You're not stupid. They stupid. Ha, laugh at them. Laugh, please. Those types of people, such as Charlie Kirk, will use these moments to further spread their hate. They will host very public events, have people go yell at them, people protest it, and as soon as one person slips up, they take that and post it out of context, without any other information, and they claim this is how everyone is. These are straw man arguments, and this is something Charlie Kirk makes his entire career on. So he also decided to come to my campus recently. Oh boy, San Francisco, the hotspot for conservatism now apparently, which they like to spread the hate, and if you want to make people upset, coming to San Francisco kind of makes sense. I'll give them that. So he came to my campus, and this is why I said the video was originally going to be about Charlie Kirk. My plan was to, you know what? Let's talk about him, let's go debate him, let's show how this works at a personal perspective. You can even see in this video, there's me, I'm outside of it, handing flyers out and chatting with people, spreading information. But I'm not on this channel. I'm not here. I didn't end up debating him, because the far right doesn't just use clippable moments to spread hate and fear. They also try to spread terror too. But the far right uses fear and terror to silence dissent. In the news, over the past several years, we have seen people like Turning Point USA, we have seen people like Steven Crowder, who constantly have controversies where people in their staff are caught being explicitly racist, explicitly homophobic, explicitly hating people for things they cannot change. Sometimes, even the influencers, such as Charlie Kirk, such as Steven Crowder, will even say it and play it off as a joke.
You want to go thought crime? I'm sorry, if I see a black pilot, I'm gonna be like, boy, I hope he's qualified.
But you know what's not a joke? When a person who's from your organization goes shoots up a college. You know what's not a joke? When people are regularly targeted and killed by right-wing protesters because they feel like running over people is the best way to own the libs. You know what that does to people who dissent against you. It makes them a little scared. But why didn't I debate Charlie Kirk? Why didn't I go up there? I was going to, and I knew all this before going in, because I've also been targeted. At the beginning of this year, if you've been on my channel for a while, you know I've been creating a little video series where I am teaching people about the life of Karl Marx. Just something through my college. Figured it'd be fun to go do, since why not design a class of your own design? I'm a Marxist, I'm a communist, why not? We had someone come in and do a little bit of hate speech.
Yeah. Why? By the way, fuck communism. No victory.
You're still on the Nazi salute.
Yeah, no, my brain is definitely still in the dude giving a Nazi salute and walking out of class.
Well, I'm thinking of all of our pictures. He's just trying to intimidate us. That's not fascist. What the hell?
It was a little spooky. You can watch the video, it's in the description. But it was what it was. Dude left some flyers, I'm censoring them because I don't want to spread shit. And that was that. Then just recently, when I was out in Oakland doing stuff for my union, my TA was substituting for me. Now, we didn't record that class because I'm the one with the camera. And my student saw a symbol, like this dog whistle we saw earlier in the video in my class. We saw it in my class, on the whiteboard. Maybe someone's coming and doing a prank, whatever. They erased it, moved on, didn't find out about it until a few days later. It is what it is. Then on Monday, before Charlie Kirk comes to my campus, I'm on my lunch break from work, I do the rounds around campus because I like going for a little walk on my lunch break, you know, good to get outside. And I am followed back to my work. And this is written in the stairwells leading to where I work. But we still push forward. Tuesday comes. May 6th. Charlie Kirk is at San Francisco State University, and me and several of my friends, we create some flyers, you know, some information. It's available here and in the description in case you want to read it. We decide to go hand out information to people at this event. There's over 500 people at this event. And a man comes up to me and says, "Fuck you, Noah Giddens." I don't know if you see my subscriber count. I'm very small. So I'm not a big channel. It's not like, oh, I have this mass media going on that's really spreading a lot of information. I'm not Second Thought. I'm not Hassan. But at the same time, I do a lot of activism. I'm on the bargaining team for my union. I've talked to politicians about labor. I do things. I'm very active with what I do. And on campus, I organized a protest. I do shit. So I'm known on campus. And I'm known by fascists. Because this guy, he's a fascist. Now, you shouldn't judge a person by how they look. But let's do that for a moment. This outfit looks a lot like these outfits. I don't think that's a coincidence. This brand, this Will to Rise brand, Rolling Stone calls them the Lululemon of the far right. But maybe it's a coincidence. You know, dog whistles are dog whistles because you aren't supposed to hear them. So let's ask him. Recently, someone I know had an interview with him while he was there.
What are your political views?
So, you know, I'm consider myself to be more further right than most conservatives. I'm more nationalistic inclined.
With you using the term nationalism, does that come with any racial bias in it?
So it can. There's been a lot of attacking against, you know, white Americans,
Yeah,
and there's a very harsh aggression against people who want to have self-identify with whiteness and try to be more proud to be white.
All right, final question. This one's probably not going to make it in the interview, but I would love to hear your opinion on it. The Jewish question. What's your thoughts?
So, yeah, so that's an interesting one. So, there's no civil thing, I guess you could say, to do. Honestly, I'm against mass murdering people and genociding, but again, there's no humane, I guess, question or palatable like answer to that.
Yeah,
it's a pretty hard question to answer without me.
That's a fascist. There's no way you can cut a person answering, "What is your thoughts on the Jewish question?" with, "Well, there's no ethical, there's no civil way to handle them," and say they're not a Nazi. And this dude blended into the crowd at the Turning Point event. And you want to know what the media reported on? You want to know what got the clips from this event? It wasn't things on his channel. Now, at the time recording, there's nothing on his channel from San Francisco. I guess you can't own the libs that easily where you can just cut something out. It's gonna take you a week or two to edit, so win to us, whatever. What was being treated was, hey, libs of TikTok, hey, these people. You see these protesters, you should put them on a do not hire list because they are anti-Semitic, because they're out here protesting freedom of speech. I know one of them. One of them is my friend Nadia. She gave me permission to mention her, so let's see what signs they were holding, because, you know, these are anti-Semitic people. Those ones aren't dog whistles. This dude is a Nazi. This dude isn't the one being shared as on do not hired lists. This isn't the dude whose identity is trying to be doxxed. It's these college students who are saying, I do not want conservative lawmakers or conservatives how I handle my own body. And they're being called the far left. And this dude fades into the background. So maybe the far right isn't just fighting for freedom of speech. Maybe these conservative talking heads aren't just people trying to debate ideas. Maybe, just maybe, when several of their staffers have been caught doing heinous shit. Maybe when their members have started shooting up schools. Maybe when People who say there's no civil way to handle Jews are welcomed into their crowd, and those saying hands off my body are pushed away. Just maybe these people are bad people. But what do I know? I just happen to have been targeted by them. So why didn't I go debate him? Because I think it's more important me being out there in the crowd, using my freedom of speech to let people know how much hate this dude spreads, than being in line, signing in and giving my information to them, and allowing them easy access to me. When fascism bears its head, you have to stand up and fight. You have to stay in solidarity with those you do and don't know. We are all here fighting together. They say there's a culture war. They say that these migrants are coming in and causing issues. I say there is no war, but the class war. Solidarity, my friends. See you next time.